Hello everyone, this is Robert Zack from AndroidPIT, bringing you a hands-on of the Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge. So the main question on everyone's lips was whether the phone would have one or two edges, and we've got our answer. It has two edges, it looks very nice, it looks and feels like the premium phone Samsung fans and critics have been waiting for. Around the back it's got a glossy, glassy white look here that will be available in blue, shimmering gold and various other colours with time. Around the sides it's got a metallic matte look that again is very on trend with aluminium devices that are so popular today. It's got two little plastic strips for antenna here, the headphone port and the micro USB. Two more antenna strips along with an infrared sensor, volume rockers on the side here, and the all-important power button on the right. It's good that the power button is kept separate from the volume buttons. I think it means that you won't be mixing the two up all the time, which is a problem that happens when they're together. A potential criticism could be the camera sensor, not in itself, but the fact that it sticks out a little bit from the phone, which potentially means that when you put the phone on its back, you might worry about scratching it. Samsung assures us that there's nothing to worry about, that it's got a protective coating that should keep it safe from harm. Here also we've got the heart rate sensor and the LED flash. So switching on the phone, the software is the latest version of Samsung's TouchWiz UI. It's colour coded, which is very fitting with the lollipop theme that's running on the phone. So we've got orange for messages, green for phone, and then purple for video functions. The Edge has some new features on it as well. It will still be able to run various apps developed for Android, especially for the Edge. A nice touch is that you'll be able to add contacts here, color-coded contacts, so that when these contacts call you and the Edge is either lying face down or has a cover on it, you'll actually be able to see the Edge will give off a color, which you'll be able to then see who's calling you based on the color of that contact, which we think is it's a nice little touch. With the Samsung's latest Exynos chipset and octa-core processor, the phone runs very smoothly, just kind of browsing through it casually. Of course, we're not putting it under strain here. We're yet to see how it will perform in our benchmarks in the latest games, but we're fairly certain that this is probably the fastest phone, or one of the fastest phones on the market at the moment. The rear camera is 16 megapixels. That's the same amount as the Galaxy S5, but the key difference here is that it has a 1.9 aperture, f-stop of 1.9, which means that it will do very well in low light conditions. And from the photos we've seen taken and the photos that Samsung showed us, it's likely to be a contender for the best smartphone camera out there. The front camera has also improved, 5 megapixels, and once again it's got the 1.9 aperture, which will be very important for when you want to take those selfies in low light conditions. It's going to do very well in low light, and actually better than most other phones off the top of my head, which the HTC One M8 I think has the 2.0 aperture, so this is an improvement on that in terms of how bright you'll be able to get your photos in dark conditions. One potential criticism is that it has a non-removable back cover, so the battery in the phone will be non-removable. However, Samsung said that it will take only 10 minutes to charge the phone for up to 4 hours, which really is quite impressive. Samsung also cheekily were keen to stress that this is half the amount of time it takes to charge the iPhone 6. Another thing that Samsung were keen to point out is the wireless charging. Here we have wireless charging pod, which if we put the phone on, you heard the beep there, indicates that it is now wirelessly charging. We're not sure how quickly the wireless charging dock will charge the phone yet, but Samsung seem pretty keen to emphasise that this is the battery revolution right here. So no removable battery, but various other flashy, futuristic functions to make up for it. The Galaxy S6 and the S6 Edge will be available on April 10th in 20 countries, including UK, Europe, and the United States. So stay tuned to AndroidPIT.com for the latest news on this exciting phone and every other Android phone out there. And subscribe to the AndroidPIT YouTube channel as well to stay up to date on the latest news from AndroidPIT and from MWC 2015.